Trapmore gang, the unthinkable has happened. The US has bombed Iran. It looks like Iran are bombing a whole bunch of countries. It is absolutely out of control, and a lot of people think that this is now the beginning of World War III. Yeah. I never thought I'd see the day that bombs, rockets, drones were being detonated in Dubai, of all places, supposed to be a safe tourist destination in the Middle East. We're seeing scenes that we never thought could be possible. The US, and now also Israel. Yep. Yeah. I don't even like talking about those guys, but it's a mess. It's chaos. Okay. I've got all of the links, all of the bombs, all of the attacks in one big document for you here. I'm going to break down to you everything that's happened. And to kick things off, let's just have a little bit of backstory just from CNN to just prime you and give you an understanding of exactly what's going down. Okay. And we're going to understand basically that this is the United States and Israel launching a massive coordinated preemptive strike that is specifically targeting Iran before they can even cause any problems for the US. And there's retaliations now happening all over the world. So let's see what's being said about this.
Rocked multiple cities across Iran, including its capital, Tehran. Videos from Tehran show smoke. You see it here billowing over the city. And now we're getting reports.
Huh? Hey, yo. I bet I ass woke now. She out her comfort zone. That's because you got out of her comfort zone.
Let's go. Let's go. Which way to go?
Go against the window. Go on the window, man. The black pieces suck onto the window.
Right, so how is it filtering the water in the tank?
Cause how I been filtering the water in the tank, man.
Is it this part? You being smart, and
I'm not being smart.
I'm
saying I don't know, bro. I never put a filter together.
So is it this? That's what I'm saying.
Do you got the tube?
No, I don't. That's what I was saying in Walmart.
No, you just said it don't have the tube.
I was asking, how was I supposed to use it?
I really don't know, bro. I ain't what you think I'm trying to be funny about it.
Reports of explosions in Gulf Arab countries hosting U.S. military bases. Live look now at Abu Dhabi, where explosions were reported, in addition to Bahrain and Qatar. A video now of an explosion in Bahrain. Officials say a missile hit the service center of the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet in the country. These strikes happened barely a day after the latest round of indirect nuclear talks between Iran and the U.S. And sources tell CNN the U.S. military is planning for these attacks to last for days. Israel said the same, and both President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are now calling for regime change.
If you get stuck on the melody, or if you just feel like you can't get a song started, Output's co-producer is very dope. They make it much easier for us to either get inspiration or to help us when we just can't find that right element. Let me show you guys how this thing works. I made a really quick beat, but it doesn't sound finished. And that's where a co-producer will come in to help you out. Load co-producer up just like that. Play the beat so it can capture the sound. It will go through the full library of all the Output sounds and give you
change.
To the great proud people of Iran.
Nuclear talks between Iran and the U.S. And sources tell CNN the U.S. military is planning for these attacks to last for days. Israel said the same, and both President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are now calling for regime change.
To the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations.
Yeah, Iran media reported just hours ago that Iran already launched dozens of ballistic missiles at Israel. And Qatari officials say that Qatar already intercepted 2 Iranian missiles, indicating Iran is carrying out that plan to retaliate.
So the US and Israel are basically attacking Iran. Trump is actually out there saying, this is your only opportunity for regime change. We're going to destroy your government, and the people of Iran need to now then take over. This is your only chance for generations. Now, look, there's a lot going on with this, and it's very, very complicated, okay? So I feel like this is kind of Trump's full 8-minute statement. I'm tempted to sit and watch this whole thing, but I'd be curious to see what people are reacting. This is on r/war. This is Trump explaining how the U.S. military begun a major combat operation in Iran. And if you've been following the story for a while, you'll know that there's been protests in Iran. A lot of people have been very oppressed. There have been protesters killed. There's a lot of it, unfortunately, is young women. A lot of women are being oppressed in Iran. They're really dictating a very oppressive regime. I don't want to say the wrong thing, okay? I don't want to say too much, but basically, you know, it's a very, very tough time to be a liberated woman in Iran, and this might be the only opportunity for Iran to start again. So people saying, there we go, folks, war, give back that FIFA prize. People saying exactly as predicted. Wait until the markets close, then jump into another war. I was thinking this morning.
Damn, they said officials just announced that 3 United States military members have passed away. 5 others are seriously wounded as a result of Operation Epic Fury. They were struck during the Iran retaliation missile and drone attack in the Middle East. U.S. service. Damn, bro. I'll buy P. That buy another thing. Trump did say it was going to be a lot of casualties with it. I guess he meant that. That casualty shit, man.
It's funny. Oh, what's the market saying? Oh, they're closed. F the Iranian regime, but they're also a country that has a legitimate military force. Hopefully it's quick and not met with endless retaliations. Now, I'm going to say something controversial here. I know everybody loves to hate Trump and hate on Trump. And sometimes it's like, look, you don't have to like the guy, but sometimes he does do things that, you know.
Oh, we got so much military. We got shit that can take a picture of their whole state right now. From everything they doing, operating on. We got some shit. Man, Trump know what he can do for real. Man, just go hard. If they gonna send motherfucking drones and shit, send them motherfucking missiles at their ass, bro. Send them missiles at their ass. Shit.
She happy as shit.
What's she up on? Hey,
might be for the greater good.
Yeah, we got some shit, bro. We got some military.
What was going on in Iran is pretty messed up. Said he was giving Iran 10 days to make a deal. I knew he was going to strike.
When I went to Alaska, I was near, like, it was like, well, next to each other. L missile defense systems, like the big ass. We got some shit that point everywhere. And it's the not missiles out the sky, but they try to come this way. We got some shit, bro. They ain't fucking with
them on the
us.
weekend instead because people think that they're next level smart. President of peace. But this is the thing. It's like, it's all well and good. You know, people want to hate on Trump and take a pop at Trump and say, oh, he's starting another war. He said there were no wars. That is, to be fair, he did say there would be no more wars. But what has been going on in Iran is pretty despicable. We can't let Iran get nuclear weapons. You know, they're murdering protesters. They're murdering young women that just want their freedom and just don't want to be oppressed. And it probably does need to be a different regime. Probably does need to be, you know, an opportunity for the people and the men and women of Iran to have something different and to have control of their own destiny. But it is definitely another war that I would say a lot of people would say we could do without. Now, what I think I might do is react to Trump's full speech later on in this video. But for now, I actually just want to show you some of the actual...
Bob told us that they were going to test the alien craft that night.
I have seen extraterrestrials face to face.
Attacks that are taking place Now, what's really interesting, I don't have any footage of this, but one of the big things that's going on is people are saying that they actually attacked the leader of Iran, his compound. There is rumors that he might already be dead. Some people are saying that he might already be dead. This is breaking. The residence of Iranian leader Khomeini, Ayatollah Khomeini, has been attacked. People are saying highly doubt that he was home. Let's be real here. Trump probably told him to leave his false flag attacks to make him look big and strong. I don't believe that, to be honest. If he was in there, he's a dumbass. Not a chance he was there. He's probably already in Putin's compound. It's the one country safe from Trump. I will say one thing about these leaders of these countries that like to attack America and then play the martyr. I do think a lot of these guys, they really just seem to love, they just seem to absolutely just love attacking America, getting their shit pushed in, and fleeing the country while all of the people they leave behind get murdered. That's what they love. They love that. They love to chill in Qatar and wave around the flags and say how hard done by they are. You know, we see this sort of thing in Syria. We see it in other places. It is very, very interesting. I think that, you know, if the Iranian leader has already been taken out, that would be, you know, that wouldn't bode well for the current regime. And Trump has made it very clear that he wants a regime change. Now, news coverage have been revealing the devastating extent of the initial joint US and Israeli operation. And let's be real, the US is, you know, possibly the most proficient military in existence ever. So you know that they're going to be fucking shit.
Yeah, Griff, this is breaking news. A senior Israeli official tells Fox News that Iran's supreme leader and Iran's president were targeted in strikes against the Iranian capital of Tehran. Also targeted were the commanding officers responsible, according to this official, for the mass murder of Iranian protesters. The official adds that battle damage assessments will come out later. But again, this is a massive development. A senior Israeli official telling Fox News that Iran's supreme leader and Iran's president, so the Ayatollah Khamenei and Masoud Pezeshkian, were targeted in Israeli strikes against the capital of Tehran. We don't know if they were successful as of yet. These battle damage assessments take some time, but it gives you a sense that the Americans and the Israelis, again, chose the most significant option that was on the table for military action against Iran. At this hour, the Iranians are still responding with ballistic missile fire against Israel.
So both the president and the supreme leader have been attacked, allegedly, all right? I mean, how much... Like, I do find that interesting, right? Like, that's some proper bit shit where it's like, we have a president, but no, I need to be supreme leader. Like, you don't... Presidential ain't enough. You got to be a supreme leader of the country. But they're attacking the supreme leader and the president, okay? They might have gotten both of them out of here already. It's highly possible. It's interesting to think that America, you know, they can take out... They can at least help and contribute towards taking out the most hidden narco... you know, cartel leaders in Mexico, but you're telling me Palantir can't find out where the supreme leader is chilling? I think they probably can. So I do believe that they could already be gone. It is possible. Now, here's some footage of Iranians basically reacting to the strikes, and they're happy. The average Iranian that has been oppressed by their government is happy about what's going on. This is Iranians on the rooftop reacting with happiness and excitement. Wow, they struck the residence, they hit the residence, and they're referring to bombs hitting Khomeini's official residence in Tehran. And some people are really happy about this.
بهتون زدن. وای. بهتون زدن.
I mean, it's honestly, it's actually heartwarming to hear those women kind of, you know, screaming with excitement. They really want the oppression to end. They're really excited to see their leader that is literally killing their brothers and sisters in the streets. The idea that their home has been destroyed and blown up and they might be dead. That's a W for them, all right? So imagine a missile hits 2 kilometers from your house and your reaction is pure ecstasy. The video should tell all foreigners how much we despise the regime. It's interesting, right? Because over in those other subreddits, people are talking about, oh, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. I'm not saying Trump's the greatest or anything like that. I'm not saying that I'm a big Trumper. But this is the new Iran subreddit. People are delighted. People in the comments are delighted, okay? People saying... I want to hear from actual Iranians saying this is the reaction of every patriotic Iranian. They're happy. I don't think I've ever heard such strong emotion from someone speaking. I truly hope for a better future for Iranians. Right? So you can't imagine how every day and night they've been anticipating and hoping for support. Just read earlier today from an Iranian joking that they jump for happiness every time they hear a loud noise, a car backfiring, a door slamming, even a fart, because they think it has started. Unbelievable scenes. People are crying. They're overjoyed. People saying, please stay safe. Honestly, the fact people are cheering the bombing of their own country is proof of how fucked the regime is. In this country, we call it the Luigi effect. That's crazy. People are saying they're teary-eyed from happiness, right? It sounded elated in this clip. Hopefully this is it, and Iran is going to be free from the regime's influence. So some people are kind of talking about this. They're saying, is it just a symbolic attack, or are there actually high-ranking officials in there? I heard that Mush Ali was already moved to a bunker somewhere. I hope civilians will be safe and can afford to temporarily move to safer places. But people are saying, as far as I'm aware, it's symbolic. However, other sites are of military importance, and it's just the beginning. If they started with a symbolic gesture, that tells you everything about how serious the next attacks are going to be. It also symbolizes we're with you and stand against the regime. So does the name of the war in Israel, the Roar of the Lion. It's very intentional and meant to demoralize the regime and moralize normal, sane Iranians, okay? People saying, I really hope it's not just a symbolic attack. Last time we attacked Iran, 30 of our brothers and sisters were killed in the aftermath. It sounds ridiculously light in the face of what you guys have been going through, but every life is important. Israel will continue to risk itself to support better conditions for life for all of us. I know Israel, they've definitely... I don't dig too deep into that conflict, but they've definitely done some things that are not savory in the Middle East. But at the same time, this is something that they're part of that is going to be good for the average Iranian person. Let's just put it that way, okay? It says the Persian Iranian revival is exactly what will make the region safer and better. I'd like to add that if the mullahs only killed 30 protesters, it would still be an outrage. But the gravity of 60,000 plus protesters being killed isn't lost on me. My heart is broken for you guys and all the casualties caused by this regime's wars. We do not take this risk lightly at all. I hope and believe these attacks are meant to finish off Khomeini and his regime once and for all. Okay, they really are trying to get rid of this regime that has just murdered so many innocent people. People saying this choked me up. Bless the people of Iran. I hate violence, but there's also hope for a change.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation.
Finally, okay, but following America and Israel's attacks, okay, we did see several retaliations towards several countries in the Middle East that had American bases with attacks headed straight towards American bases, including the naval base in Bahrain. So this is pretty scary. That's a serious attack.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, okay. Missile red warning. Included shelter immediately. Shelter in place. Missile red warning. Included shelter immediately. Shelter in place.
So that is terrifying, right? That is terrifying. You know, people saying this is a distraction from the Epstein files. Now, look, I've covered the Epstein files a lot, and I've definitely noticed some very creepy, unusual things going on with that. But this is a separate issue, I would say. But this is just me personally. I believe this is actually a separate issue, and this is something Trump wanted to do for a while. So this is more footage of Iran striking the U.S. naval base in Bahrain, and it is pretty serious. These explosions are not anything to be doubted. Okay, this is a big retaliation. Is supposed to be a safe tourist destination in the Middle East. We're seeing scenes that we never thought could be possible. The US and others.
Boy, little Zadan.
Separate issue, and this is something Trump wanted to do for a while. So this is more footage of Iran striking the U.S. naval base in Bahrain, and it is pretty serious. These explosions are not anything to be doubted. Okay, this is a big retaliation. Now, it's hard to believe that nobody was hurt in that. We don't actually know if any Americans or any military personnel have been injured. People saying, I don't want to witness another world war just because some people want to hide their crimes, the Epstein wars. Honestly, you guys let me know in the comments, all right? But I honestly, you know, look, these are two separate things. We just, can you understand that, like, we can have the mental bandwidth to discuss two completely separate issues at the same time. I don't think that this is necessarily a distraction from the Epstein files. This is a whole different thing. This has been going on for a while. What, you mean to tell me that the 60,000 people that were killed in Iran in the protests, you know, it's just all Epstein cover up? No, come on. This is something that had been brewing up for a while, and now just happens to be the time for it to go off. Arguably, if this was going to be a distraction from the Epstein files, it would have been much better to go down a few weeks ago when they first dropped, rather than once we'd already dragged the whole thing out. But this is the Iranian missiles hitting the US base in Bahrain, and we're actually seeing people, I believe, military personnel actually reacting to this. So let me just show you this in more detail. We already saw that one, but this one is new.
Bro. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Yeah, this is crazy.
Oh! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh my god! Oh! Dude, fuck me. A fucking missile actually got through. Oh, there's more. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
So it's interesting the way this person's presenting it, right? They're saying the US evacuated all but critical personnel from Bahrain days ago. That's underneath this comment. You won't be able to see that. There's an Iranian missile hits US naval base in Bahrain where the 5th Fleet used to live. They tried to hit bases all over. They managed to hit one on They managed one hit on a semi-abandoned base. Good morning, Americans. No stopping it now. I don't think the Americans are too worried, to be honest. I don't think Iran have really got the chops to actually cause any real damage to America, but we'll see, okay? But I think the Americans and the Israelis have got the serious firepower. Now, they would also take aim at another base that's located in Qatar. This is the Al Udeid air base in Qatar. And we're going to see basically Iran is bombing this air base. And this is actually the largest US military base in the region, and footage would actually even capture intercepted missiles that fell to the ground during the strikes. Look at this.
La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Allahu Rabbi.
Traditional dropshipping is dead. What we need to do is register with AutoDS. The quickest, easiest.
So, as you can see, the missile kind of drops at the start there. And it's unclear whether that actually got anywhere near its target, whether that was a straight up interception. You know, the US and the Israelis have very serious anti-missile technology that no doubt is being deployed in this context. Now, there's another clip of a missile being intercepted in Qatar. This is Iranian missile debris falling on Doha, Qatar streets. So this is a major city in Qatar. And these appear to be intercepted missiles falling. You just got people just running away from missiles there. And it did explode once it hit the ground. So it had been knocked off its trajectory. It had fallen to the ground after being intercepted. And everybody's just fleeing the scene.
Oh my God. Guys, look at other, look at other. Look at other.
All these...
Look at other, anything here. Oh my God. बिल्कुल मेरे रूम के सामने.
So all these rich Middle Eastern countries that everybody thought was safe, Qatar, Dubai, they're all in a lot of trouble. And I'm going to show you a lot of stuff from Dubai in a minute. People saying being killed by debris is probably the worst way to go out, not going to lie. I swear there's a security cam video where someone has a pedestrian getting hit by some variety of falling rocket body. We're not going to look at that for now. People saying the cameraman's doing some good work. But basically, we're also seeing Iranian attack drones being seen in Bahrain, actively striking targets. So not everything's getting intercepted. We're seeing sort of small drones actually hitting their targets in some of these cases. So this is the Iranian Shahed drones. And if you want, I mean, look, everybody's got their own opinions on the Ukraine-Russia conflict, but a lot of the drones that were being used by Russia in Ukraine to kill innocent civilians were these Iranian Shahed drones. They sound like They sound like scooters. They sound like scooter engines attached to drones, and they just, crash into buildings and just kill innocent people. The fact that Iran had been backing Russia in that conflict, you can say what you want about it. I'm personally for Ukraine, and I think that they have the right to defend themselves and to be a country. And Iran were just being some real pieces of shit, just throwing weapons over there because they want to support the idea that you can just take a country and just blast it into non-existence, okay? As far as I'm aware, America aren't trying to conquer Iran to make it part of their own territory. They're simply trying to get rid of this murderous regime so that the common average Iranian person can have their country back. So you can hear that drone, that noise. It's got like a very primitive, motor engine like you would find on a scooter or a moped. That's what you hear. These terrifying sounds. You hear these. That's the drone coming in. So that's an Iranian Shahed drone attacking a U.S. radar position in Bahrain, and that's posted in combat footage. Some people are saying that it's not radar. People are saying that's a funny place for a radar, ground level surrounded by buildings. It's more likely a SATCOM antenna. It's an SHF SATCOM dish located at NCTS. Reddit is undefeated when it comes to finding these things out. For everyone saying it's a radar, it isn't. It's a geostationary satellite Earth station antenna in radome. If that was a radar being directly on the ground surrounded by buildings, it would be a problem. In Bahrain, the look angle for everything geostationary is just fine with being where it is. Take a look here in satellite view. You can see it's surrounded by other multiple antennas in Google Earth and on maps. There's even one with the radome off and straight up bird bath orientation for service or maintenance. See, people are so plugged in when it comes to these armed conflicts and the things around it on Reddit. So shout out to combat footage on Reddit. Now, America's Patriot air defense systems have been fully activated. And once the Patriots are activated, you are definitely in trouble. This footage shows the Patriot air defense system actually intercepting incoming Iranian missiles at very close range above Kuwait. So what that's doing is that's spotting missiles that are coming in. The Patriot defense system is spotting it, is shooting a missile right at the other missile and knocking it out of the air, destroying it, stopping it from killing innocent people, which is what Iran would love to do. They just love killing innocent people. That's what they like to do. It says that that close, wouldn't this more likely be an abort? People saying are thinking the same thing for an air defense system. This is practically point blank. Patriot recommended min-arm distance is usually at around 3 kilometers for PAC-3s, so no idea what went wrong here. Fuse activation is 300 to 800 meters, so this is as close as it can get. This Patriot doesn't even have an exploding warhead. It's a kinetic killer, so this makes no sense. People have a lot of information about these systems. That's very, very fascinating, okay? There's more footage I've got here of American missiles that are being recorded flying towards their targets in western Iran. So America's bringing out the big guns, and I think this is actually just the beginning. So this is apparently a BGM-109 Tomahawk cruise missile flying over western Iran. And so as you're going to see here, America is bringing out...
Play solo, after work, at your own pace. No stress. World of Warships is naval combat.
The big guns for these Iranian fools. Yeah, it's terrifying. I want to be on the receiving end of that barrage. America's bringing out the big guns, and I think this is actually just the beginning. So this is apparently a BGM-109 Tomahawk cruise missile flying over western Iran. And so as you're going to see here, America is bringing out the big guns for these Iranian fools. Yeah, it's terrifying. I want to be on the receiving end of that barrage of American missiles. People saying that's a lot of money flying right there. That's a casual $8 million, depending on the variant. You just saw $8 million in the air, okay? So forget about all these rappers and their flexing. $8 million worth of missiles just flew over, and they're literally going to go and explode, right? America's got the money. America's got the money for it, okay? You about to find out why y'all don't have healthcare, all right? Because their missiles, they be costing the bag, okay? You're gonna have to go get some back alley surgery so that we can fund this war, unfortunately. I'm playing, but really, these are the things. This is how America works. You don't have socialized healthcare. You got socialized $8 million rockets to go and fuck some shit up in Iran. It is what it is. Okay. People saying this video is in reverse for some reason. The missiles are flying backwards. But anyway, you get the idea, right? So this conflict is rapidly spreading across borders. There's a lot of different countries that are being affected, whether or not they have American air bases or military installations is definitely a big part of it. But also there has been rockets fired towards Israel. Now, there's Iranian missiles landing in Jordan. Obviously, this is, hang on a sec. I hate it when Reddit just be covering up the truth like that, but your boy's got the backup ready to go. Okay, so this is Iranian missiles being fired at Israel that actually ended up landing in Amman. That is a missile that's damn near landed in someone's front yard. Okay. Furious destruction going on. Lots of collateral damage. And I unfortunately... So unfortunately, did see some comments that would suggest that those folks are breathing in some pretty toxic fumes there. Now, unfortunately, obviously, they deleted the post, but I had it. And people saying they got no survival instincts. Let's just stand downwind from this burning and smoking missile wreckage. Okay, that's a cool barbecue set. Okay. So the Cancer Maker 9000, that's what they're saying. I would not want to breathe that in. People saying these are crappy Iranian missiles. No wonder people in the whole region are scared, all right? They're not scared of Iran coming and conquering you. They're scared of Iran just being a bunch of dumbasses bringing just idiocy to your country. Now, obviously, Israel are fully involved in this, okay? And it's not just America and Israel. Other countries are actually throwing their hats into the ring. But Benjamin Netanyahu, the leader of Israel, the supreme leader of Israel, he would make a statement about the situation himself.
A short while ago, Israel and the United States embarked on a joint campaign, Operation Roaring Lion. The goal of the operation is to end the threat posed by the Ayatollah's regime in Iran. Together with the United States, we will strike the terror regime harshly. We will create the conditions that will allow the brave Iranian people to rid themselves of the burden of this murderous regime. This is your chance to establish a new and free Iran. Take your fate into your own hands. Raise your head, lift your eyes to the sky. Our forces are there, pilots of the free world. Everyone is coming to your aid. Help has arrived. And I believe the day is near when Israel and free Iran will hold hands in favor of security and peace, in favor of progress and prosperity.
So he is saying he is waiting for the day that Israel and a free Iran will hold hands in peace. Whatever you feel about Israel, that would be better for the entire world than what is currently going on. Okay? And if this is what it ends up being, it is what it ends up being. They're saying Netanyahu's waiting to settle his scores with the Iranian regime, and he will return them with full interest. Tough day for the Iranians. They probably are regretting all the shit that they did over the last couple of years. Now, according to some analysis, okay, the US and Israel are apparently preparing for days of war, not necessarily weeks or months or years, but we see how these things work out. Sometimes you want a little 2-day operation, ends up becoming a 4-year operation. That is unfortunately the way it be nowadays. But, okay, that is apparently what they're preparing for, a few days of rapid action.
Yeah, Lawrence, there were just sirens sounding across central Israel, and those white streaks of smoke that you see on the screen right now, that is our camera live capturing Israel's missile defense systems, and you hear those explosions there. Right now, the fire's being intercepted overhead. The Iranians are responding in real time to these U.S. and Israeli strikes against their country. A senior Israeli official telling Fox News that Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, and Iran's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, were targeted. A battle damage assessment is ongoing at this hour to determine if those strikes were successful. It's not just Tel Aviv that is now taking incoming ballistic missile fire. It is Haifa in the northern part of Israel, Beersheva, and you hear those booms in the distance as this fire is still being intercepted. And another one there. And yet another one. The fire is getting more intense towards central Israel. And millions of Israelis at this moment, guys, are in bomb shelters. They are following the instructions from Israel's Home Front Command. But you heard those remarks from President Trump. He says that this will be intense and ongoing. He spoke directly about the regime and to the people of Iran, telling them that they have a historic opportunity. This was an operation that we saw coming, months and months of planning. The USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier off the coast of Israel just arrived yesterday in the Eastern Mediterranean. And this gave the Americans and the Israelis that final puzzle piece to move forward with this operation. And just as we speak here, I just want to show you on phones, you can see the amount of fire that Israel is taking right now. All of these lines are rocket and missile alerts that are going to the Israeli people across this country as they wait and shelter. The president was very clear in his language. A war has now erupted in the Middle East. The Iranians are not just targeting Israel, they are targeting U.S. forces in a variety of Gulf countries, including Bahrain, explosions reported in Saudi Arabia, in the UAE. And so now the region braces for what comes next. Israeli air defense systems remain on high alert. And there is a real understanding that this is not an operation that will last just for today or tomorrow. It will take days.
You have it listen, you type it in, and then you go digging.
But coordination is taking place at the highest level. One other interesting thing that we learned from a senior Israeli official is that among the target list of individuals were commanders responsible for the mass murder of civilians in Iran earlier this year. President Trump was clear on Truth Social after the regime cracked down on those demonstrations that the Americans had the backs of the Iranian people. And today we saw President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordering this operation against the Iranian regime, targeting the country's leadership, significant buildings, ballistic missile launching positions, and a variety of command and control centers inside of Iran. But again, the latest information here in Israel, the country remains under ballistic missile fire at this hour. As you saw, they're live on our cameras. And the country of Israel, like the United States, is bracing for days of war ahead. Guys?
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmer. So look, they're embracing, they're planning days of war. This could be, this could go on for some time. And look, let's be real, it often drags for even longer. Now, ironically, okay, Iran have come out to make a statement. They said everything's under control. They said it's all good. Do you believe this?
And first and foremost, our question to you, sir, is can you give us a better understanding of the situation on the ground there, the impacts that have taken place? And separately, can you confirm to us that the Ayatollah and the president are both still alive?
Well, thank you for having me. Well, the situation on the ground is quite, I cannot say normal, but the life is going on. Everything is under control. I think Americans and Israelis have failed to, access to hit their targets. And now everything is under control. And we almost in less than 2 hours, we were able to start retaliation by by attacking, American bases and some targets in Israel by our missiles. Almost all officials are safe and sound and alive. We may have lost 1 or 2 commanders, but that is not a big problem.
It's just that it's all good. Everyone's alive. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 people are dead. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's fine.
And, we are actually managing it. We are handling the situation.
Mr. Arachi, I appreciate your comments there, and we do have a series of other questions I want to ask you. But just for clarity for our audience right now, can you confirm with specificity that the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is alive, and separately that the Iranian president is alive right now following these American and Israeli strikes?
As far as I know, yes, they are alive. And the head of judiciary as well, the head of the Speaker of Parliament as well, all high-ranking officials are alive. And the secretary of the National Security Council. So everybody is now in its position, and we are handling this situation, and everything is fine.
We thank you for watching.
Everything's fine. Iran's foreign minister, he said everything is under control. And his face and his words speak everything. Bro's happy now. As far as I know, everything's great. Everything's great, all right? Remember, his lips are moving, all right? NBC talking to enemies, that's totally normal. Now, look, I've got a bunch of stuff I want to show you about the strikes in Dubai because I personally am probably the most interested in the strikes in Dubai. I've been to Dubai a couple of times. I did have a good time there, but unfortunately, it's completely pierced the image of Dubai as a completely safe tourist destination in the Middle East. It's rich, it's successful, it's safe. That might not be the case anymore. This is update on Dubai. Iranian suicide drones are attacking Dubai, and one has hit the Fairmont Hotel on the Palm. Video is posted on social media, show the hotel ablaze, reports of other explosions in the city-state. Now, this is terrorism. This is straight terror. They're terrorizing tourists. Ain't no military based at the Fairmont Hotel as far as I'm aware, right? This is the day the UAE dreaded. They're under attack from a barrage of Iranian missiles. The UAE says it's intercepted several, but some are getting through. Civilians have been killed by fallen debris after explosions. Okay, multiple explosions could be heard in Dubai, the commercial hub of the United Arab Emirates, and Abu Dhabi, the oil-rich capital, and an explosion was heard near the Dubai Marina, a dense residential area popular with tourists. Okay, it is potentially over with for Dubai as far as it being seen as a safe tourist destination. This could destroy the integrity of the whole country and its image. This is something that I'm sure the leadership of Dubai are furious about, and it wouldn't surprise me if they decided, look, we're going to get more involved in this because we cannot allow Iran to completely destroy everything we've spent decades building. This country built itself up as a tourist destination. This is interception of missiles above Dubai.
3 missiles. Yeah, intercepted in the sky. Intercepted in the sky. Above our heads. What the fuck? Mate.
You sound like a Dubai Beach Club. Couple of lads at the Dubai Beach Club, man, seeing missiles intercepted above their very heads. This changes everything for Dubai. It is in big trouble, okay? They're saying Iran is striking areas near the Burj Khalifa. This is a clip of an explosion going off right near the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, in Dubai, all right? The crown jewel of their tourism. It's got the biggest shopping mall in the world at its base, right? Now it's subject to explosions, right? Mall of Dubai is under attack. It's unbelievable. I never thought we would ever see anything like this. Never thought Dubai would be this sort of place. It's terrifying. I think me going to Dubai is over with. And bear in mind, I'm pretty sure it's Ramadan. Can you imagine how the Emiratis are feeling about this? It's actually...
Qué locura, amigo.
They don't want you to know about it.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident up to 1 year ago?
No doubt the leadership and the sheikhs of Dubai are going to be absolutely fuming about this situation. I can't believe it myself. I'm shocked, and it definitely makes... I don't think I could be going to Dubai anytime soon, right? This is a video of the Fairmont Dubai Palm on fire. On fire. This is a famous luxury tourist destination on fire. Absolutely ridiculous. You can't just forget that. You can't just forget what's happened. That is the front facade of the Fairmont in Dubai. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, if there's one person I'm trying to hear from, okay, you might not be familiar with this person on this channel, but okay, there is an infamous UK drill rapper by the name of Ard Ads who became a jeweler, and he is in Dubai reporting on the ground on what's going on, reporting the explosions as they happen. I believe he's driving around in a Lambo while he's doing it. God bless him. All right. But basically, it's saying this is on Tanks' page. Shout out to Tanks, man. It says, breaking news. Iran is currently bombing Dubai, and Ard Ads. Somebody say, please save Ard Ads. He is stuck in Dubai. He's showing videos of bombs being dropped. UAE's been intercepting the majority, but it looks like more and more Iranian missiles are seeping through. Not the celebrity jewelers, man. Please. Look at this.
Who's dropping them, bro? Iran. Iran's letting off bare mines, bro. Iran's letting it off, G. Wavy, just see, how many you go over your head? Like 5 when he's got them. He's got them on camera. Follow Wavy's Snapchat. What's your snap? Here, look. That's how it's going off here. Alright, tanks, report. It's for you, my bro. Footage. I'll get you better ones. I'll send it to you on DM, bro.
trying to get my petrol and cut. Wallahi, I swear down. I don't want to be a sitting duck, fam. Boss, please, quick, please. The bomb pow. Iran is coming, bro. Hey, brother. You see it, bro? Did you see it?
The one over there.
There's 4.
It's terrifying. Not even the jewelers are safe, man. I'm actually stressed. I'm stressed on their behalf. Got more footage here. This is more heavy explosions in Dubai. They've been evacuating people from the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa. And it is just unbelievable. New explosions being heard in Abu Dhabi too. At least 4 U.S. military bases in the Middle East have been subjected to missile attacks by Iran. Iran reportedly fired missiles at the U.S. Navy's nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, the USS Abraham Lincoln. Iranian missiles hit the Mufwaqaq Salti air base in Jordan, where the U.S. concentrated a large number of fighter jets defending Iraq's airspace heading to Iran. Iranian-based missiles hit the Prince Sultan air base in Saudi Arabia. Smoke was rising above of Bahrain in the area of the American base after the Iranian attacks. Iranian ballistic missiles were hitting the Al Dhafra air. I do think it is actually, he's been reporting live from person hysterical to say that this is about the Epstein files, but hey, maybe I'm wrong, all right? Maybe I'm wrong, all right? I feel like